Okay, so this is going to be part 2 of our video solution for question number 15 on page 236 in the Math 3000, Secondary 5, Math 506. So we found the rule for village A, and we found the total number of villagers in 5 years from now would be 2,205 villagers in village A. For village B, okay, we're looking at the graph here. Village B appears to start at a peak and then descends down into a valley. So that gives us some good information about the function. Given that it starts at a peak and not at a midline, and then it's decreasing, that tells us that it should be written as a cosine function, or at least it'd be easiest to write it as a cosine function. And A is going to be a positive value. So I know the max and the min of the function. I'm told the max because we're assuming it starts at a peak, and the min, you're told in the problem that the minimum population reached is 1,000. So right away we can do max minus min divided by 2, and that's an easy calculation. That comes out to 750. So my amplitude of my function is 750. P, the period, is 3 years times 2. Why is that? So we can measure the period of a cycle by going from peak to peak or valley to valley. Now we don't have that ability here on this function because we don't have a full cycle shown, but what we do have is the distance from a peak to a valley, and that indicates to us half a cycle, or the period of half a cycle. So the time from the max to a minimum, or the minimum to a maximum, represents half a cycle, and on the graph that's 3 blocks worth from left to right. 3 years times 2, the period is 6. And that means that our value for B for the rule is 2 pi divided by 6, or pi over 3. Finally, we're going to find the value of K. The reason I have to do this, I can't just use the starting point of the graph, is because with the cosine function, the starting point of the graph does not represent the midline, and K is always on the midline. So I'm going to put that in there for you. Well, I don't know how to write. Always the midline. Okay, always the midline. So you're going to do max minus min, max plus min divided by 2. So 2,500 plus 1,000 divided by 2 gives us 1,750. Okay, so what do we know about the rule for village B? We know A, we know P, and therefore we know B, and finally we know K. It's 1,750. We're going to assume H is at 0 because our reference point was year 0. So what do we do here? We got a function that I laid out here knowing A, B, H, and K, and I'm interested in finding out what the population will be in x equals 5 years. Okay, so I plug 5 in where my x was. 5 pi divided by 3. Find the cosine of that, and you'll get 1/2. Remember to be working in radians on your calculator. 750 times 1/2 plus 1,750 gives me a population of village B of 2,125 villagers. Okay, great. So now we have a population of the first village, 2,025 villagers, or pardon me, 2,205 villagers. After 5 years, village B, 2,125 villagers. Take the difference, 80 villagers. That's the solution to this problem. You should expect something like this on our test tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. Happy studying.